What's going on, guys? Mountaineer Mitch here, bringing you the preview for Raw 6/23/2014. Sorry about last week. I had my wisdom teeth pulled out and really didn't feel like talking for like 15 to 20 minutes. Was kind of in a lot of pain, so no video, but we're back here this week, and starting off the show, we have Stephanie McMahon calling out Vicky for not getting her coffee and also putting Roman Reigns in the Battle Royal to get him into the Money in the Bank ladder or World Heavyweight Championship ladder match, whatever they're calling it. Really, it was, I didn't really see anything going in this area when it first started, but Vicky had a choice to quit or have a match, and she chose to have a match, and she didn't know who it was against, and Stephanie McMahon said against her, which was pretty cool. I thought it was going to be an actual match, but we'll find out that later on in review here. First match, the Usos come out, and we have Jimmy Uso taking on Harper, and Harper gets the win. It was kind of quick, and I guess the reason that was is because Jay followed up fighting Eric Rowan. And Jey Uso ended up beating Eric Rowan. And Harper, I mean, every week that I get to see him, he just looks better and better. I can imagine he's probably been doing this for like ever now, and he's finally getting on Monday Night Raw. I see him. He could be the next big star. You know, I mean, his mic work's not as good as Bray Wyatt's, but he is really talented in the ring, and I think if his mic work definitely picked it up, I think he would be a great star. And then we get Jey Uso versus Rowan. Jey wins, and then the Wyatts destroy the Usos after this whole two matches. They beat them up, and they have the World Tag Team Championships belts on their shoulder. Bray Wyatt cuts a promo about all of them having the gold pretty much after Money in the Bank, and how they can dominate the world and all this and all that, and a good promo by Bray Wyatt. But I've never really been, I mean, since I started watching wrestling again, like the tag team division was terrible, but this match, I mean, the way the Wyatts are big body guys, big tall guys, and the Usos are high flyers, man, it's going to be awesome. There's going to be a whole bunch of great spots in this match, and I really, really can't wait till this happens. Might be match of the, well, I can't say it's match of the night. When you have two Money in the Bank matches, or like 6 to 8 people in a match, going for the ladder, and the involved, it's bound to be a good match. But I mean, this will probably be a surprise match of the night, though. But really looking forward to this tag match. I don't know if the Usos are going to drop the titles. I don't think so. I think they'll probably hold them until the Ascension comes up, because Ascension their heels. But I guess we'll have to wait and see. I love the Wyatt family, and I think all those guys are really good together. But I think it's time for them to get a championship. But if not, yeah, it is what it is. But I'm happy to see them getting a shot. Next, we have a Rusev promo. He's walking around. Well, he's just standing in front of the United States Capitol, and they pretty much just bash America like they do every week, and talk about Putin, and it's just the same old stuff, just in different cities and different areas. Pretty much, it's the same old Rusev stuff. Really no big deal. We get a Alicia Fox Naomi match. Paige is at ringside, and so is Cameron. This match, Naomi wins, and the cameramen, or they were talking more about the girls outside the ring than the actual match. It seemed like the camera was more on the ring side. I don't know, it might have been more entertaining, but I just, if they're in the ring and they're fighting, then that's what they should show, and that's it. But pretty much, Naomi wins. Paige gets the ring, shakes her hand. And Cameron and Paige just went back and forth and just bad-mouthing each other. Cameron saying she's better than Naomi, and everybody else in the ring. I thought maybe they could have like a four corners match with all four of these girls, but looks like they're just going to go Naomi and Paige are out for right now. After that match, we get a little promo going on between it shows Sheamus, and then he looks over and Roman Reigns is there, and Sheamus talks about how he's going to win and it's going to be all great, and then Roman Reigns says believe in Roman Reigns. So I guess it's not believing the Shield anymore, it's believing each individual one of them. Now I don't know. I mean, I guess I like it a little bit, but it's not really the greatest thing when all three of them use the same catchphrase. I haven't heard Dean Ambrose use it, but I'm pretty sure he probably believes the same thing, that they should believe in him too. But that's really all anything about that promo. We get Titus O'Neil versus Bo Dallas. Bo Dallas cuts a promo. He tells him he fell off his horse, and then he got back on and he fell off it again. But that's alright, because all he has to do is Bo leave and all this. And pretty much Bo Dallas gets destroyed. Like, Titus O'Neil picks him up, throws him halfway across the ring, and then he hits the Bulldog, and it's over. And I hate this. They do the same thing with Paige. It's silly. Make them dominate or make them get beat. It doesn't make any sense. At least let them get one or two moves in. He had no moves except the finisher, and that was it. And he beat him, which is silly. I hate that. And maybe because of time constraints they had to do that, but they do it a lot more often. And I just don't like to see it. I think it's silly. Another thing, guys, I want to apologize about the lighting in here. It's not very good. I don't have my lamp with me, so it's kind of hard to probably see my face, but sorry about that. It'll be better next time. So after that, Bo Dallas cuts another promo on Titus O'Neil. Titus O'Neil's laying in the corner, and he tells him that he's Bo and 9 and Bo, or 10 and Bo. I don't know, but he does a victory lap, and he tells Titus O'Neil that, and he slaps the mic out of his hands. And I don't know if Titus O'Neil meant to do it, but Bo still went outside the ring, picked up the mic, and told him that that he had butterfingers, and he told him to Bo leave again. I think it was, the whole concept was silly, but it is what it is. So now we get Triple H coming down to the ring. We get a commercial. Triple H comes out, tells us the Money in the Bank contenders pretty. Seth Rollins is already in there, so he announces Kofi Kingston, Swagger, Ziggler, RVD, Bad News Barrett. Seth Rollins comes out and cuts a promo about him being the leader of the Shield, and pretty much the same stuff we've been hearing for a while, but it's the same old, same old. And at this moment, you know, I tweeted out, I said, Where's Dean Ambrose? You know, he needs to be in there. He has to be in there. You know, put Dean Ambrose in there. You know, let him at least get in there. You know, I mean, I figured that maybe he'd come out and interrupt, and that's what he said he was going to do right after the next match, which was RVD comes out there, and he said he would. And Seth Rollins said he'd be afraid of RVD in a Money in the Bank ladder match. This back in 2005, and then RVD rips him, saying that he had to ask his mom to stay up and to watch RVD because he wanted to be a wrestler. And I thought that was pretty cool. Hitting a little bit on RVD's age, but I think RVD still has it a little bit. Yeah, we get RVD versus Rollins. A pretty good match back and forth. Seth Rollins hits the curve stomp or whatever it's called, and then Dean Ambrose comes. You could tell the crowd erupted. I'm like, they're not erupting for that finisher. And then Dean Ambrose comes in there, beats the crap out of him, and tells him that he will come into the Money in the Bank match, or Money in the Bank pay-per-view, and still take the briefcase and beat everybody down. And he throws the mic, and there's a lot of mic abuse tonight. I thought that was really weird, but Dean Ambrose is a little Roddy Piper or something. He's a little crazy. He's pretty fun to watch. After that, I don't know exactly. I think it might have been after the Bad News Barrett Ziggler match for Intercontinental Championship. And, man, I was wanting Ziggler to win. I understand that it's just the IC title, and it don't really mean much at all, really. But just to see him win a match, and he was so close, and he was, you know, it was a good match, straight up. I mean, Bad News Barrett's a good wrestler. Dolph Ziggler has one hell of a talent that does not get pushed, that needs to have himself pushed. I mean, he's on top. He's over with the fans. I love to see him win this Money in the Bank ladder match, but sadly they probably will just bury him. You know, I hate that, but I think he deserves one more. You know, just give him one more push. Come on, guys. I mean, it's not that hard. Ziggler is so good. But Bad News Barrett retains, and really nothing different there. It's a good match, bunch of false finishes. Then we go to a promo in the back. I think this is where Seth Rollins says he wants Dean Ambrose in it, and he needs to have his eye on him all the time because he's gonna come in there and cheat him out of it or whatever. Kind of like Dean Ambrose said. So Dean Ambrose gets added, which I was so happy to see that. Really happy, you know, because he deserves to be in there. I mean, they can't push him to the side. With all the run-ins he's been doing, it was pretty much bound to happen. I had him in there, second person in there, because if Seth was going to be in there, then Dean should be in there too. But there you have that. Next match, we get Vicky Guerrero versus Stephanie. And Vicky comes out to Eddie Guerrero's music, which I think is what she wanted. You know, I think she's retiring. It's her last go-around, and it's time to hang him up, even though she don't wear wrestling. But it's been time to hang him up, and excuse me, guys. But she comes out to Eddie's music. We're pretty touching, you know. I think that was a pretty cool situation she had going on there. But Stephanie comes out. I mean, Vicky's all dressed up in some kind of ring attire, you know. I think it says "Excuse Me" on the shirt there, and Stephanie comes out in the dress, and then everybody knows that they're not really going to have a wrestling match. They have like a mud pit / mud bath type of match, and the first person who gets thrown into it in the mud bath gets fired if she gets thrown in the mud bath, or whoever gets thrown in there first loses. So Stephanie says, "Come on, girls." So she calls out Alicia Fox, Rosa Mendez, and I'm trying to think of who the last person is, but I can't think it is. But they get Vicky out there to the mud pit, and they try to throw her in there. She throws all three girls in, and then she's chanting yes and gloating, and then Stephanie kicks her into the mud, so she's fired. But that's not the end of it. While she's all covered in the mud, which she says it stings. It kind of looks like chocolate pudding to me, but I don't know exactly what it is. But anyways, it probably could be chocolate pudding, but it'd be nice to eat. But anyways, Vicky gets out of the pool, and Stevie's chanting yes. She's gloating. She's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. You know, she knows that Vicky's about to push her in there. She says, "Think about your retirement." She throws Stephanie in there and gets her all muddy, and the referee comes down. She pulls the referee in there, and then Vicky goes off the stage to her husband Eddie Guerrero's music. Pretty cool moment. I think that's how she wanted to go out. I don't know about the mud bath type thing, but I think it was pretty cool that she got to come out to her husband's music and lead to her husband's music, and she like did the Eddie Guerrero shake in memory of him, and I thought that was pretty cool. Next we get Swagger and Kofi Kingston. Nothing here. I think Zeb Coulter cut a promo at the beginning, but you know, Swagger, he blotched the spot, and he's supposed to pick him up and catch him in an angle lock, and I think Kofi might have come down and cut his nose because his nose was bleeding after the match, but he wins in the angle lock, and Jack Swagger wins. I guess that's just for them to, you know, I guess because they're both in the Money in the Bank match, or the briefcase Money in the Bank match. Sorry, I don't know exactly what the fine terms of each of these Money in the Bank matches are, but there it is. And then we have an announcement that Paige and Naomi will fight for the Divas Championship, which pretty cool. They have a lot of, I'm guessing they're just showing a lot of respect for each other. Very nice. match. I mean, coming into Monday Night Raw, there was only 3 matches, which was the Usos and the Wyatts for the tag match, the World Heavyweight Championship Money in the Bank match, and then the traditional Money in the Bank Championship match. We only knew there was only going to be one person, so I mean, we're pretty much filling up the card here. So next we get Big E versus Abe Lincoln, a.k.a. Damien Sandow. And poor Sandow, he's a good wrestler. We all know. We've seen him wrestle, but they're just not giving it to him. Making him have these stupid gimmicks is not helping him out. It's actually pushing him on into the ground. But, of course, Big E wins, and he comes out, and he's, sorry about that. He's talking about Rusev, and here comes Lana out, and she says, you will fall, or something like that, and Rusev beats up Big E, gets him the camel clutch. So maybe this match might happen. They might announce it. I think it should be a pre-show match. Nothing really new. I don't see Rusev losing. If it is actual match, I don't think Rusev's going to lose. Big E seems like he's kind of pushed to his limit, but... then we move on to our main event, which is the 4-on-3 handicap match, which is heel versus face. We got Wyatt, Randy Orton, Cesaro, Alberto Del Rio versus Roman Reigns, Cena, and Sheamus. The faces win again. They won on SmackDown also, so I don't know what this means. It more likely sets up a heel win, one of the heels winning, which I hope it's not Randy Orton, but he seems like the more logical choice. I'd love to see either Cesaro or Big E, or not Big E, God, Cesaro or Bray Wyatt or Roman Reigns winning. I want to see one of the younger guys get put up there to the main spot and be the spotlight star. I believe that all 3 of these guys have a potential, but I don't know. We'll see. And then Kane's music hits, and this is where you lost me. Okay, so Kane's music hits. He comes out there and pretty much beats up everybody except Randy Orton. And Triple H says, this is the 8th member of the Money in the Bank ladder match. Great. I don't think this is going to change the finish. And if Kane wins, it's a joke. They want to keep Kane and Daniel Bryan. That's stupid. Kane and Randy Orton and Daniel Bryan, if you're going that route to give Daniel Bryan the title back, then do it. But don't act... I just don't want to see. I don't want Kane in there. I don't see Kane benefiting in this match. Put him in the other match with the briefcase with Kofi Kingston, with those guys. Because don't put him in the World Heavyweight Championship match, because we do not want to see Kane do it. At least I don't want to see Kane do it. Now, maybe they're giving him his one last title run before he retires, because I think he's done. I think they should put him and Undertaker in at the same time. Kill it off. 2 birds with 1 stone. Awesome. I mean, Kane is one of the best athletes that still goes in and out every night. I still believe he does house shows, all kinds of stuff. And don't get me wrong, Kane's a good competitor. He's been in the business forever. Works his tail off. But don't put him in there with those guys. I hope that he does not win it. But he's the 8th member of the Money in the Bank match. And I don't know. But anyways, that's really about it, guys. If you watched this far, then thank you very much. Thanks for watching. That's really about it, guys. Mountaineer Mist signing out. Peace.